Hi, this is Paul. I want to make a quick video about, they released first I guess, photos from the Wonder Woman, 84, which is coming out, of course, next year, the sequel to Wonder Woman. Okay, and of course, one of the images, I'll talk about the more popular image, of course, is the one with Steve Trevor in it. Okay, it looks like he's in a mall, and he's, in a tracksuit, and he's just, he's doing his, Chris Pine doing his little face acting. Uh, but I know a lot of people have a lot of theories about how is it, how he survived the plane crash, or how they represented him in this movie. I'm just glad that he's in the movie because, again, Chris Pine was one of the best parts of Wonder Woman, so I'm glad that they brought him back. Now, now I have a few theories. Whether it can't be, obviously it can't be a flashback because he's in that 80s setting, so it can't be. You can eliminate a flashback because why would a flashback be in the 80s? Okay, or I know people say, well, maybe somehow he survived. Maybe I don't. I'm not buying that theory. I'm thinking this is my own personal theory. I think they're gonna do the what they did it with the TV show. I think Wonder Woman, the original TV show. They first season I think was World War Two, excuse me, and then I think the second when they moved it, they time jumped after I think 30 years or something after World War Two ended, and they had Steve or Lau Wagner, the actor there, and that time was playing Steve Trevor. I think they made him be the grandson of the original Steve Trevor, and I think they may do that in this movie. That's one of my theories. I think they may do that part, just uh, make him just be a relative, or like maybe like a descendant. Put it that way. Put a descendant, because as far as I know, we don't know if he had kids. Well, I don't think he was married, but he could have had a kid. Okay, because obviously he wasn't a virgin. He obviously Steve Trevor, a good-looking guy. He probably romanced a woman or two, and one of them could have been pregnant at the time of his death and had a kid, and then that kid had another kid, and hence this guy. And the reason I think, and maybe he may be like the grandson of the original Steve Trevor, is because if they are going by by Justice League, and that's canon as far as I know, she never mentioned uh, that there was a lookalike. Although, like I said, her reaction to Batman when he brought up the original Steve Trevor, if that original Steve Trevor was still alive, uh, she wouldn't have been so PO'd at Batman for mentioning Steve Trevor. Okay, so if Steve Trevor is still alive, hence in the 80s, which he came back, she, well, although there could be the theory that he maybe, if he did come back and then he died again, which kind of would be kind of redundant if they do that, and I don't think they'll do that. Okay, so that's why I think they may make him like the grandson of the original Steve Trevor, so that way you've got Chris Pine in the movie, and you can still have that chemistry with him and Gal Gadot, but them not actually get together because she still loves the original. Okay, and that's so I think maybe they might do that, which I think would be more reasonable than try to do some cockamamie thing. Although I do like a theory that I heard somebody say that maybe Hades is playing games with Wonder Woman, and maybe he plucked Steve Trevor out of it, and he's just using him just in this movie to get to Diane or something. Maybe just and maybe Hades the villain, played by Pedro Pascal. That's his name. That's it, the guy from Game of Thrones who's in this movie. Maybe he's really Hades, and maybe he's just using, he's manipulating things to have, Diana see her Steve Trevor in this guy who's not really Steve Trevor. Okay, although I could go with that. So those are my two theories, that either Hades is messing with her, and or because Steve Trevor, he wouldn't be in Hades anyway, right? But he's a god, Hades, so maybe he can manipulate and make this guy, random guy, look like Steve Trevor just to mess with Diana. Okay, but it's not really the real Steve Trevor. That way you get Chris Pine in the movie, and then when it's revealed that he's not, then you can move on, and then then it kind of makes sense that Diana still has a love, but still has Chris Pine in the movie. Or like I said, he could be a grandson of the original Steve Trevor. Okay, I'll go with those two theories. Anyway, the other picture was of Wonder Woman standing in front of a a board, and they show like a lot of 80s stuff advertisement. And the most famous thing I think there is Jr. Larry Hagman. You see him there smiling with the hat on. Okay, so I'm looking forward to it. But the good thing is it looks like she doesn't have any 80s hair, which I don't think she needs 80s hair. Wonder Woman has her own style, so I don't think she needs to have any 80s style hair. Okay, okay, maybe everybody else can. And you see in that Steve Trevor shot that one guy looks like John Oates and stuff. So you don't have to leave that for the other people in the background. Wonder Woman can keep her own style. Okay, you don't have to give her no big 80s hair or anything like that. So anyway, let me know what you think of these two photos for the woman first look photos, and what your theory is for Chris Pine. Is this really Steve Trevor resurrected, or Hades playing a game with Wonder Woman, or is this like the grandson of the original Steve Trevor? Okay, what's your theory? Or do you have a different theory? Anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram in the description box, as well as my main channel, Trepacer. Please check that out as well. And this is Paul on this channel, excuse me, saying so long and take care.